Hello everyone and welcome back to Ripto. I'm Christian and today I've got another great alt token video for you. Now, SHIBA INU is no new token. A lot of people are out there and it's got a vast majority army behind it. But what is going on with SHIBA? Price took a big pump and now it seems to be retracing and steadying out. So a lot of people have been asking on the socials, is SHIBA on its way up? Is SHIBA steadying out? Or where is the SHIBA price and what is happening to it? For those of you that are new to the token, I would suggest jump over to the website and have a look about SHIBA and what it is and how it's been performing. Because for me, SHIBA is now establishing itself from a meme token into a mainstream token. Of course, it's always going to appeal to the meme army, but for me, SHIBA is a whole lot more than that, with a lot more fundamentals and options into the future. So if you want to know more about SHIBA token and what's happening and where the price is going, stay tuned and let's get into the video. Welcome. So before I get into this awesome video about SHIBA, I have to say that anything you hear or choose to ignore in today's video is not financial advice. I'm no financial advisor. No, I'm here for your educational purposes only. So with that bit out of the way, let's jump into, first of all, the socials, the news, and then we'll do that all important. Boom. So I'm going to quickly zip over CoinMarketCap. Some of you find this boring, some of you find it super interesting. If you find it boring, there's time below for your viewing pleasure. You can just skip on by to the bits that interest you. But if you're kind enough to watch the whole video, please stay in, smack that like, hit that subscribe and tickle that bell notification. So let's crack on. So as you can see, SHIBA is down a little bit today, about 6.5% it says here. But that's not really that surprising or anything, in my opinion, to be alarmed about, because the whole of the crypto market is taking a bit of a retrace. And the reason for this is everything's been sort of rocketing up. The crypto market, in my opinion, has been doing what I call a test launch. It's been fueling up the rockets, testing the market, shooting up, and then now they're coming slowly back down to land, but at newer high landing pads, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but this is what my charts are saying, and this is what my investigation is saying. And this is good news for the crypto market. So SHIBA is no different to that. It was bottoming out, it put up its test launch, it launched up, took a massive candle, which produced the token as oversold, come back down a little, as you can see, brief in the price chart here, and landed at a higher landing pad. Now, this will probably mean SHIBA will confirm this at its bottom, but we'll look in depth into the chart a bit later in the video, and I'll see if that truly is the case, and where are good areas to see as resistance, mid, and support, and maybe buying areas. So what has caused SHIBA to sort of do a little bit better than most other tokens to the market launching in the crypto mini ball? Well, if we jump in to start with SHIBA socials, as you can see here, a valid SHIBA informer who does do, in my opinion, very well for the SHIBA token, because he keeps everyone informed. He does a lot of research. He or she, I don't actually know who it is, and they tend to be pretty much 99% spot on. So what have they been saying about SHIBA? Well, as you can see, SHIBA has had a great bit of news, and the reason this is great for SHIBA is that if the news and the press are keeping SHIBA active, fresh in the minds of people, this keeps people excited and euphoric about the token, which is good for everyone. It's good for the token, it's good for current investors, and it's good for new investors. So what Yahoo Finance been saying? Well, this is all about the SHIBA devs keeping their promise on the burn. So we'll jump straight into the article. So SHIBA INU deliver on burn as prices soar. Now, obviously, we've all been in the crypto game a while. You loyal subscribers, new to the channel, whatever, you know that a 20% pop is, wouldn't say for me, prices are soaring. Prices are getting healthy again. But obviously they chose the token, made the token oversold. But for me, 20% is not a soar. 30%, 40%, yes, half the token's value is a soar. But this is just saying that Developers appear to have expanded their new listing plans to include the coin burn of two major coins in the ecosystem, SHIB and Leash. So it's just saying that the devs are keeping good on their promise and burning a token. Now, for those that are new to this, burning of a token means there's less of the token and the token becomes more valuable, because obviously less of the token brings down obviously the kind of oversaturation of the token, and it brings up the valuation of the token, because obviously the scarcer the asset, the more valuable. That is just a quick dirty explanation. So for me, jump over the article. You can find it on Twitter, on the SHIBA Informers feed, or you can just look at Yahoo Finance, type in SHIBA INU, and this article will come up. But I just wanted to draw your attention to it to see this is why obviously a little bit of the euphoria has gone in and the prices have been soaring. Now you can have a look at this and think, okay, well, we all knew this was coming, so why is this kind of speculation to increase the price? Well, it all comes down to timing. If you think about a lot of the meme coins, big ones like Dogecoin, you know, obviously SHIB and stuff like that, their whole platform is built around media, social media, mainstream media, and some of the big clowns that like to manipulate the media. We won't mention any names on this channel. And that's what made Dogecoin do, or Dogeto, whatever, do really, really well. And I see an adaptation now of SHIB filling that space where the sort of euphoria is pulling a little bit away from some of the memes, and the SHIB army are coming in to sort of take over new lands. SHIB is establishing itself, but for me, it's establishing itself with a better quality of token, a lot more fundamentals, a lot more behind the SHIB token. And for me, that's why I think it's coming out of the main category into the mainstream category. And I wouldn't be surprised on the next sort of launch and a real test of the bull market that SHIB starts smashing new all-time highs and going above and beyond, or as Buzz Lightyear would say in Toy Story, to infinity and beyond. But that's just a bit of a main from me. But what does that really mean for you as an investor? What does that mean for me as an investor? And what does that really mean in the price of SHIB? Well, we're going to jump into the price chart now and have a look what SHIB price is saying and what my predictions are. So let's jump in. Boom. So here we go. The SHIB price chart. As you can see, SHIB was trading all the way down here not that long ago, just a few days ago, and it was pretty much stagnant. Now, this wasn't stagnant, SHIB. No, this is what's happening in the crypto market as a whole. It was having a steady increase, because what happens is people get euphoric on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the money starts coming in, the smart money, and a little bit of the what I would call safe investors and the retail money. Then what happens once they're satisfied with that and all the hype, the pump, you would have seen the memes on Twitter, we've got to pump it up and all that waffle. Then it starts filtering into the altcoins. So then obviously things like, we won't include Cardano in this for me because that is up there with the best, but a lot of the lower altcoins, alt tokens that are in the public eye and the mainstream would have had the money filtered into them. And this is no different for SHIB. So SHIB here broke out for me its key low area, and this is where you see the big buy orders here, here, and here, which is where the big volume brackets come in. Now these volume brackets are where the smart money comes in. This is what's called volume spread analysis. Now this is where the outside people are looking in thinking SHIB is an absolute value that we're going to make money on. We need to now push that price up. And you have market makers, you have people that are going to make that market, because this kind of volume spreading in this quick is not going to be just the retail. It's not just people reading a couple of tweets or looking at a bit of Yahoo Finance. This is the smart money coming in. Now when the smart money comes in, it pushes the price up. So if you've been a loyal SHIB investor, you've been buying SHIB down here, this was absolute great news for you. you would have seen it shoot all the way up here. Hopefully you took profits, but also it's important that you didn't sort of cash out all your position, because like I said, SHIB's big test launch here was one of the biggest in the crypto space outside all the pump and dump coins. And this is important to say, that you tell me if you agree with me and leave a comment below. But for me, SHIB is well past the pump and dump token. It is now established token that, as we can clearly see here from the volume spread analysis, that the smart money is wanting to invest in. So this is where these big jumps come. So this gathers a good indicator of where we could put in support, mid-range and key low area. And as you can see, it's been playing out to these areas pretty nicely. Apart from here where this W pattern sort of broke down and done a little bit of fake out, you could drag this down here and say this was kind of a key area, because you see we got it here, also around here, and went back up. But for the sake of my technical analysis, I like to be roughly somewhere that covers both sides of the token. So for me, my area is here. And as you know, in investing, we don't get it bang on to the penny, but we like to be what's called in the buying range. And with these lines here, we definitely are in the buying range. We've got the low here of 625, we've got the mid range of 677, and we've got the support of 720. The token is currently at 760. So what does that say about SHIB? That says to me that SHIB's about to establish itself and look to get ready for, like I say, its launch when we hit that bull run. Now, obviously you can see here there is a lot of interest in it, of the RSI on here, sorry, and which will show you if the token's overbought, oversold. But this was what would have happened. This would have shot up here. Too many people would have brought the token, and it's natural that if you think a lot of retail people that brought the token down here would have seen mass profits, and they would have wanted to take profits. So this is where SHIB then starts going into what's called a little bit of a downtrend, and we can put the trend line in it, and you can see it has hit a bit of a downtrend to this descending triangle. But what's happened? Well, SHIB's hit this support, tested this descending triangle and broken out. So this is now pumping up, and don't forget, this is the 30-minute time frame. So this is not a 1 minute, a 5 minute, or even a 15 minute, which a lot of scalp traders use. This is obviously, if it was long-term investment, you'd want to use the 1 hour or preferably 4 hour. But this is showing you that there's still current activity in the market, because you see people are probably seeing this as their bottom now. So obviously you can see a bit of volumes come in because they're seeing this as the support, and they want to buy at support and sell at resistance. So where would SHIB's new resistance? Well, for me, obviously you've seen some small decision buying area is these big bad boys around here. So for me, if you were just looking for a support resistance kind of trading on SHIB, which I don't think you should do at this moment, you'd probably have your resistance around about here. Some people would be conservative and probably put it around here, because they'll say, okay, on the drop. But for me, I think the big buying areas were around here, and this probably turned it back into support. So this was this W breakout, broke out of this, bounced back. If we get a bounce up here, and this is confirmation, then obviously SHIB will start putting in an uptrend, and it needs to close a candle above this level in order to be putting in kind of higher highs. People could preferably say closing above this would be a higher high, but I would bet my edges on this area here. Now, I know that was a little long, and I know that was some in-depth technical analysis, but this is where you have to start looking at SHIB now. SHIB is not just a hype token anymore. SHIB is not just one of them you can sort of see a tweet, put a load of money in and hope for the moon. Proper investors, as you can see here, smart money is coming into the SHIB token now. So they're going to play this like they play a lot of the other tokens. So if Bitcoin's doing well, Ethereum's doing well, etc., Cardano's doing well, you're going to start seeing SHIB do well, because obviously that's the kind of level and benchmark that the smart money looks at. But again, comment below, let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree. But for me, I think it's we're still obviously at the launch pad, we're still gearing up, but for me it's exciting times for SHIBA. Now I think this is because it's getting the mainstream media, it's positioning itself well in the charts. As you can see here, this is a healthy chart, this is healthy volume. We've come from literally, you know, the kind of storage shed, and we've sort of done this test launch to here, and bang, with the test launch was very successful, and now we're just coming back down to land. We've landed on a new higher launch pad, and now we're sort of doing these mini tests and we're gearing up. For me, if I could see SHIB close above and turn this into support, then we're going to see SHIB get all the way up, and we're going to start smashing obviously the 1 mark. And this is where SHIB is not a million miles away. If you think from, we class this as support to there, we're only looking at 27%. So for me, the sights of $1 could even be on one of these kind of gradual tests that we're seeing in sort of like the run up to the big euphoric bull market, where I think we've always been in a bull market, had little bear markets within the bull market, but we've always been bullish. So let me know what you think. That's my view on where SHIBA INU is. I hope that answers the questions of everyone that sort of asked them and been saying what it is that SHIBA INU is looking to do and where the price is going to SHIB. And as always, as we like to say here on Crypto Ripto, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.